He gets up off the ground and goes, my bad, shouldn't have been doing that. As long as my six-pack's okay, I'm good to go.
Okay, what was the last ticket you guys got from a police officer?
Nate, you were 5 feet behind me.
Yeah.
Speeding.
A rolling stop.
Oh.
Speeding.
Yeah.
Mine was like I didn't yield for a pedestrian.
Oh, you hit someone?
No, but I did. Hold on a second.
Danielle didn't yield for a building.
First of all, wait a second.
Lane divider.
It's not true. The pedestrian was all the way on the other side.
But yeah, after you hit him.
No.
He was on this side.
Fuck all of you. No. And it was right when my dad was sick and dying, and I was in another. It was my first day back at work. This happens. The police pulls me over, and I'm explaining. I'm like, look, I'm really sorry. I'm like, they were all the way over there. Yeah, but you still need to stop. I said, okay, but I'm so. And I was explaining what's going on. They couldn't care less. They still gave me a ticket, but because of COVID, they moved my trial date, because I pleaded not guilty. So they moved my trial date, and then I moved it again. So it's been it'll be almost 2 years by the time I actually go and try to fight this ticket.
Wow.
But I honestly, the pedestrian, I swear to you, was nowhere near where I was driving. That's why I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
I never stop if they're not near me. If they're on the other side of the street, you go.
Right. Well, if you have to, I guess. I don't know.
You should fight that, Danielle.
I'm fighting it. We'll see what happens.
In California, if there's a pedestrian anywhere in the crosswalk, you will get a ticket.
Yeah, that's what I think it is
it's
here,
crazy
too.
because if you go to California and you're from New York and you rent a car and you're driving, as soon as someone steps off the curb, everybody jams on their brakes, even if there's no traffic lights.
Right.
It's so weird.
Yeah, you cannot get near. In New York City, we roll over them.
Yes.
Right.
Wait, you know what's
Was that
always
a speed
confusing
bump?
to me?
Yeah.
Where you can make
true.
a right on red. Because you can't make a right on red everywhere. And
No.
sometimes I don't
in
know.
New York City, it's no right on red unless there's a sign that says you can.
Right. In Jersey, you can make a right on red.
Yes.
The rest
it's-
of the
it's-
country.
Yeah. So,
Long
the
Island.
whole rest of the country, Brood?
Pretty much.
Pretty much,
Long
yeah.
Island, upstate New York. Only New York City. It's too busy.
Oh. Well, if you don't know the rules and they give you a ticket, I feel like that,
No.
Oh,
Ignorance
it's
of the law is
it's
no
simple.
excuse.
Don't turn right on red in New York City.
I know, but I mean, if you don't know that,
well,
some
there's
people don't know that.
There's a sign when you enter each borough. There's a sign that says "No turn on red," except we're posted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There you
interesting.
go. Just a little rule.
I'm learning
Have
so
any of you
many
guys ever
things.
hit a person?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Greg T did.
Yes.
Greg
I
T
have.
did, remember?
I have.
You
Wait,
have?
hold on.
Go
Wait,
on.
wait, okay, everyone, hold on. Nate, did you hit a person
No, I was
with
just
a knife?
laughing at Danielle ratting out Craig T.
No, but he admitted it. Didn't he admit it?
I don't know if we ever did on the air.
Oh, I erased.
Oh, he did. I do remember him hitting someone. Okay, we should change that subject.
Yeah, they erased it. The person's
Okay, okay.
fine. Everybody's
Delete.
fine. Everybody's
Gandhi,
Yes?
enough of those bad questions.
Oh, I got
did.
hit by a person, but I think I would have gotten in trouble ultimately. I was making a left turn, and I looked both ways, go to turn, and on my right side, I get hit by a bike. He was on the sidewalk where you're not supposed to be, so I wasn't really checking the sidewalk. Crashed into the side of my car, flew off. His backpack went flying. I was like, oh my God. I got out. He gets up off the ground and goes, my bad, shouldn't have been doing that. As long as my six-pack's okay, I'm good to go. I was like, what?
shit.
He opened his backpack, checked his beer, and took off. I was like, can you please
I thought he
call
meant
the police?
I thought he meant his stomach.
No, he had beer in his backpack. He wanted to make sure it was okay. I was like, I think we should call the cops. Nope, he left.
Elvis,
Yeah,
didn't
'cause he
you
was
hit
probably
something-
wasted.
Didn't you hit something with a bike? You and I were riding. Didn't you hit a car or a person? Remember someone opened their door or something? We were riding
Yes.
bikes in the city.
Oh, no, yeah, no. Someone opened their cab door, and I broke my pinky.
Oh my
But
God,
you
that's
were-
so dangerous.
You were with me? Is that the day I I fainted on my bike in Central Park, and I fell over into the grass?
I think so. Yeah, you and I were riding and you hit someone. It was great.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Why did that happen?
I just fainted, and I was going so slow. It was uptown in
happen.
Central Park, and it's a hill, and I was like really slow, and all of a sudden I fainted and fell over.
Oh no.
Was that the last time you were on your bike?
No, no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Wait, Froggy, who did you hit?
So it was late at night, and there was a kid riding a bike in the middle of the road. It was like 10:30 at night, and it was a 2-lane road. There was a big red van waiting to turn, and I don't think he saw me coming. And so right when he crossed in front of the red van, I hit him. He went over my car, into my sunroof,
Oh Jesus.
and rolled off the back eventually. And when I came to a stop, I opened the door and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. Please don't call anybody, please." He started losing. I think he had snuck out of his house, but we had to call the cops. So the cops came. His mom came. It was bad, but he was fine. But it was his fault. But I think he had snuck out of the house, so it was bad.
Similar story. I was in college, and I
We've
was
all
coming.
hit people.
I hit someone too.
I was coming. It was
God,
late
I'm gonna go out
October.
today. I'm gonna go out today and hit someone.
This
I
is
feel
my
like
biggest
I'm missing
fear.
out on something
my
here.
biggest fear is to hit somebody like that.
Yeah.
No,
Again?
it was late October. I was coming home from my catering job. It was a Saturday night, and it was raining, and the leaves were on the ground. And you know how slippery those can
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I was on a dark street, and two girls were, I guess, underage drinking at a Halloween party, and they were handcuffed to one another, dressed as black alley cats on a pitch black street.
Oh my
And I saw them, and they just kept running into the middle of the street. I slammed on the brakes. Luckily, I was only going 25 miles an hour. They hit the hood of my car, went up on the hood, and then rolled down rolled in front of my car. Got out of
Handcuffed
the car.
together?
This was at 2:00 in the morning on a Saturday night. I was again. It was like in the 90s. I get out. You know what's going on? You guys okay? I was like, let's call somebody. They obviously, like Froggy, probably were doing something they shouldn't have been doing. They must have been out. They snuck out of the house. They were definitely underage drinking at a Halloween party.
And you got their number?
They
Are you sure this wasn't like a fetish
they
dream
ran
or
and
something?
they bolted. They ran away.
This sounds
more
like a
scared.
nightmare.
Still handcuffed together?
Yes.
They ran away?
They were handcuffed
And then they
together.
invited him back to the
dressed
house.
as alley cats.
One of them ran away. The other one was dragged behind her.
No, they both went up on the hood of my
They were
car.
handcuffed.
I'm sure they did.
I had the
Scary.
Mustang. I had
Yes,
the
they
Mustang.
did. Scary.
I am going to leave this 15-minute morning show podcast a little early. I have to go take care of something. But carry on, please.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna-
can I tell you?
Okay.
I really have to.
Okay,
really,
go.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Danielle, remember when we
Emergency.
almost saw a shopping cart run over an old woman?
You know what's so funny? I was just going to bring this up because yesterday. So Froggy and I were driving. We were in the car together, and we saw a shopping cart. Frog, you tell me.
She goes.
Wait, let Danielle try to tell it. Let Danielle try to tell it.
Terrible.
We were sitting at a stoplight, and the Target is up on a hill, okay?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
There's a very elderly woman. She was doing the stereotypical half bent over walking down the hill really slow.
It's not funny.
And at the top of the hill, here comes a rogue Target shopping cart. And this thing is picking
my
up
God.
speed as it's coming down the hill. And Danielle and I see it at the same time. And it is hauling ass down the hill. And it just misses her. It hits the curb before her, and it just misses her. And Danielle and I tried to convince ourselves that we would have jumped out and stopped it prior to it hitting her, but I don't
Yes.
think we would have.
But
made
you
it.
didn't.
I don't even think we could have, though. I think it's where we were stopped, we couldn't have. But she wasn't hurt. Thankfully, everything was okay. But I was cracking up because last night there was a rogue shopping cart at Target again, and it was like really windy, and it was going out into the middle of the street. And my almost 16-year-old son, he's running in the parking lot to stop it before it hits someone. And all I could think of is
Aw.
like, boy, my kid's got a great heart.
I have a
Froggy and
shopping cart.
we
So
didn't
I got
do
a shopping
shit.
cart story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is probably about 6 months to a year ago, and I was driving home on Delancey Street, which is, before you get to the bridge to go from Manhattan to Brooklyn. And I would say there's a little bit of a homeless problem over there. So I was stopped at a red light, and all of a sudden, this shopping cart comes from out of nowhere, full of bottles, empty bottles. So it was going
Your
quick,
dream.
And I didn't know
I
what...
know.
Return them all.
Right?
Return them.
I didn't have many options because I was stopped. Do I open the door, try to stop it and break my hand, or
Right.
it was just going too fast. The thing slammed into the side of my door. Some dude with one tooth comes over and says, "That thing ain't got no insurance." And I was like, "Great." It was like the day could not have been worse.
But that's the same thing with Froggy and I. We couldn't. We were like, well, there's no way we can even get out of the car and stop this, like where we
Danielle, we were also laughing so fucking hard that we couldn't move, okay?
I know.
Did either of you try to scream like, "Watch out, lady"?
I don't
Nothing.
think so.
I don't think that happened.
But she was fine, thank God.
It was fine.
She didn't get hit. She didn't.
I
get
was
hit.
in a Target parking lot one time, and
What
do
is
you
it
know
with
those
Target
those-
shopping carts?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It-
Put the
you
cart
know-
back, people.
It was one of those cart locomotives that they have that
Yeah.
pushes the carts. So this guy is pushing it and stops it because he's going to get other carts. All of a sudden, the thing starts going off by itself. And it's heading towards this old woman. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's going to hit this old lady. She has no clue. So I run The attendant's like clueless. I run and pull it out of the way from this woman, and it just misses her in the nick of time. And then she looks at me and she goes, "Get away from me!" Bitch, I just saved your ass.
So you didn't bang her, Nate?
No, I did not bang. She did not get banged.
So it was a Walmart parking lot, and I parked my car, which I rarely do, next to the cart return. And so a person across the aisle, across the row of cars, pushed their shopping cart, across like they were aiming for the cart return. So I heard it. I turned around and saw it going right for my car. So I ran yelling, "No!" And as I got there, the cart went right into the cart return and missed my car.
Oh, wow.
And the guy looked at me like, "I wasn't even close to your car, asshole." But you don't know from an angle when you're running. I was like, "No!" Wouldn't have hit my car, so I was...
That was luck.
I wasted my run.
I don't park near the cart return for that reason, because I don't want carts even in the vicinity of my car.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you guys putt with your cart? So
What's that?
What do you mean?
What?
So, like, I'll take the cart
ahead,
and
explain.
aim it towards the cart return
Oh, yeah.
from like 100 feet away.
Yep.
And do this.
Yep.
Yes.
I got a perfect.
That's why
hole
Scary
in
doesn't
one
park next to
time.
it.
It
Did
went like
you?
right
Once.
into the other cart. It was the
What-
best
yeah,
feeling.
That's
in the
exactly
world.
What
why
about the
Scary
other
doesn't park
99
anywhere near
times?
that shit.
That's exactly
Exactly,
it.
because people like
Because
you.
people like you
Yeah, one hole in one. What about the other times, Nate? Where'd the cart
It didn't
go?
work out so well.
Yeah.
bounce off the cars. They're fine.
Plus,
Oh,
also,
my
I don't want to sound like an old fuck, but those shopping carts are expensive, and then this grocery store has to pay to replace all the broken, shitty parts because people like you are ramming them into the curb when you miss your hole in one.
Close enough.
Do you always get that jankety shopping cart, though? I
Yeah, with the
always
fucked
get
up
the one
wheel.
that sounds like...
Yeah, wobbly wheel.
Yeah.
Wobbly
Or it
wheel.
looks
The
like
wheel
it's got a
spins
piece
on
of
its
mop
own.
Right.
piece stuck in the side of it. Yeah.
And I'm going through the store. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone looks at you like, "Really? That's the card you picked?" Like,
Of course.
yeah, hi, I'm the jackass.
At
That's
ShopRite,
me.
I had the cart. I couldn't make a left. The left front tire on Friday when I went shopping, I couldn't make a left. I had to pick the cart up and rotate it every time I want to make a turn.
And sometimes those wheels will lock up on you when they're not supposed to.
Yes.
They have that
Yes.
thing on it.
Well,
and
how does it know? How does it
I
censor
don't know how it
where,
knows where the
as
yellow
far as
line
it can
is.
go?
I don't know.
I think it's a magnetic
I always
field.
wonder the same thing. Oh.
Does Danielle crash carts into people too, like cars?
No, Danielle does not, and I do not crash. I do not crash into people. Thank God.
She's the only one of us apparently that didn't hit
Curbs.
someone.
But honestly, that
That's
is
true,
my biggest fear that will happen because
It's
Thankfully, they have
terrifying.
cars
that
around
scares the shit out of me. Yeah.
I wonder what that guy's up to now.
Hopefully he's okay.
Them. Hopefully,
I hope. I mean, yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, I got into an accident once. Actually, two.
What?
Two accidents. Wait. The first one. Wait. The first
This morning?
one. The guy was asked, like, he hit me or I hit him or whatever. I think it was my fault.
In other
Yeah.
news,
He had
the
some-
Pope's Catholic.
He had some. Shut up. He had some damage to the car. Scary, but you'll appreciate this. But somehow we were talking, and he found out I worked for the station, and he let me go. He's like, "Don't worry about the damage. I love your radio station," and he just went. And then the next time we were getting onto the West Side Highway going down to Manhattan, and I was changing lanes, and it was my fault. And the people just kept going, and so my husband said, "Something's He's like, they either don't have insurance or it's a stolen vehicle.
Something's
but
up.
they are not stopping for
Yep.
a reason because they would have stopped. So
Yep.
I got away somehow with that one.
Danielle, didn't we get into an accident in the parking lot of a zoo?
No, do you know what happened? This was the worst.
Yeah.
I went in with a beautiful vehicle to
How do
the
you
zoo
keep
and
track
I
of all
parked
these
it.
accidents you get in?
Wait, this is a long
I
time
only
ago.
remember because I was there.
Yes, Garrett, you remember. We went to the
Garrett.
zoo.
His
We
neck
went
still
into
hurts.
the zoo and the car was fully intact.
The one time she doesn't get into an accident, she
I
got
swear
into
to
an
God,
accident.
we came out from the zoo and I couldn't find my car. I'm like, where the frig did we park this car? And I'm looking everywhere. Why? Because I couldn't recognize it. Somebody smashed into it and just rode away. And so there was so much damage to the side of this car. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. No note, nothing. They just, whatever.
All I remember saying to Danielle is, no one's going to believe you.
Yes, and I did not, right? Assholes, whoever that was. I wish diarrhea upon you.
Yes.
Okay, and on that note, we're done.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Bye.
That's it. All right, goodbye. Bye.